Morning, John Augustine back again. Events in 2010 in Ireland. Um, on the 8th of March 2010, a minister resigns because of for medical reasons. So I think he was from Waterford. Can't just think of his name. Then on the 9th of March, 7 people were arrested. 5 in Dublin and 2 in Cork after plot to kill Swedish artist Lar Velwas. The Dublin Castle. I don't know who they were, it doesn't say. And then also on the 9th of March, the Adelaide and Meath Hospital and the National Dublin Hospital, 50,000 national 50,000 x-rays from 2005 to 2009, that's 4 years, not reviewed. And these would have been people going with various symptoms. It would have caused a lot of worry to all those that had x-rays in those hospitals during that time. So it's absolutely, what's the word, irresponsible of those in charge in those hospitals that they were so negligent. And then on the 18th of March, just after St. Patrick's Day, Anglo-Irish Bank the former chairman was arrested and his house searched. I think it was Mr. Fitzpatrick out in Dalkey. Or out in Greystones, I think he lived. So they were very successful and they're good share price. But when the AIB and Bank of Ireland and other banks got into the property thinking that they could do what they were doing, they were the cause of the collapse. And then the ones that was prudent in their own way, Anglo-Irish Bank, they were the scapegoats. When it was the other ones that were absolutely dreadful, what they did. And they were trying to copy jealous. You see, this is the trouble, isn't it? But they are the ones that were guilty. It wasn't Anglo-Irish Bank, but they were the scapegoats. Yeah. Going to find fault with them. And if that's what you're concentrating on, you're going to find something. Same ways if they looked with the same scrutiny at other banks, they would have found a lot to be a problem. But they didn't seem to have an understanding of the broad picture and why the collapse. I think people, and then these banks went into the insurance business because they thought they could make more money. But you stick at your core business. If you start going into things that you haven't got the expertise in, you're disturbing the market. I worked for 10 and a half years, and I got a couple of years at it before I returned a Royal Liver. And it was successful at the time. And because of what they did, they were criticising the like of that. And their policies were useless, quite frankly. Yeah, they promised all sorts of things, but they didn't live up to what they promised. Living in the future is the present that counts. And they had a right to be prevented by the government from going into things like that. Stick to their core business. And they should have never been allowed to go into the property business. And then we might have had some order. All this banks being penniless and having to be bailed out by the International Monetary Fund and the banks in the EEC. So it was a very peculiar thing to do, wasn't it? And I think and those of us that were stuck between our ears, common sense it's called, could see and know the background to these things. That would be my opinion. So there you are. Have a good day. We're finished now for until night. A couple of lads up my sleeve. Bye now.